Hey everybody, welcome to my channel again. Double Deuce back. We have, we're going to do some Toyan talk today, and Sterlingkit and engine DIY. I guess in one of my last videos I asked them some questions. They responded to them greatly, and I super appreciate that. Because it answered a lot of my questions, and the other half would be not their fault. Okay, so because I was getting into shipping, and then they do their quality control thing and all that, and I didn't quite understand how the whole process worked. But so here's what they wrote back to me, and I want to give them a big thanks. Okay, because seriously, ever since their new two-cylinder engine they've been advertising has come out, Sterlingkit has been on it. I mean, on it, on top of everything, on top of the comments, on top of like any kind of any ideas or anything like that. If you want to, let them know what ideas you have, as long as they're good ideas, you know what I mean? Because they're taking it to heart, and they're letting their engineers and stuff see this stuff, which is cool. So, but anyway, like I say, I'll show you what they wrote. I want to pass this out there because this answers a lot of questions. I asked the questions, they answered it, they explained it very well. And if you go to Sterlingkit's website now and type in the search bar 8.4 cc engine and read the description of the engine, it is pretty much spot on. It explains a lot of things, and which is cool. I was kind of not really joking about it, but was being a smart guy about it, and I didn't take their listing very seriously, because it was the same listing as engine DIY, and Sterlingkit had the same misinformation on there. But Sterlingkit actually put it up there, straightened it out, put it in layman's terms so we can all understand it in English, and they did a great job, and I would like to thank them very much for that. So first off, let's get to the shipping. All right, I asked the shipping. All right, so let's flip this camera around here real quick, and that way there we can have, well, actually, I'll just do this here. I don't know if I can zoom in on this side or not. Maybe not. Nope. Let's flip it around and we'll read what they wrote. Okay, this is what they left a comment on my page. I want you guys to see this. They explained it all. Okay. As for the shipping problems, because Toyan factory only produces 500 to 600 pieces for these engines at one time. It takes 30 to 60 days for them to produce the engines. When the engines are ready, Sterlingkit will pack them from Toyan and then send them to the customers first, who book them in advance. So you buy first, you get it first. And it says if there's some more engines available, then they provide them to eBay or Amazon store owners who are interested. It says after all of them are sold, the factory will reproduce them again, so that's another month. And they put, it sounds bad for the customers, I know, but we will make it faster in the future. And I really would like to give them a big thumbs up for that, because now it explains why when they're packing stuff, okay, and I break something. For instance, today the front piece of my fan that bolts to the block that adjusts back and forth, it broke. I don't know if it's just too much tension on it or if it was just a faulty item. I don't know what it was, but long story short, all I did was took a small piece of aluminum and I slotted 2 holes, and I put 1 hole in the center and put the threaded part back in the block so I could still move it and capture it, and it worked fine. My belt sticks out to the very edge of the pulley a little bit because of the space, but no big deal. Now, if I were to get on there and order it, now they got to take their time away from their, you know, busy schedule that they got going there. Then I have to send them a picture of this, and then they have to search it down, and they have to contact the company to get it to them so they can send it to me. So that's what it takes to when you have a part that's broken. I also want to address the camshaft, or the crankshafts. This is a replacement crankshaft in this, and if you see my last video, I was getting some serious RPM out of this thing, and so far so good. It's been doing this now for about the last week or so that's a good thing. But Sterlingkit Engine DIY, thank you very much. Everybody's listening to our input now, and I know some other people out there, they have put out like, you know, different ideas for, say, the carburetor and all that stuff, you know what I mean? It sets a little high, so that was brought up. Maybe put it underneath, maybe put it on the side. It looks like it can go on the side on that engine. One thing I wanted another thing I wanted to touch base on here, back in the 80s, when this whole thing really blew up, okay, there was, I guess, you know, very limited supplies of things. They had cars and stuff that, you know, that you wanted to buy. Most of them were plastic, and even the Nitro ones were, you know, mainly plastic. I mean, you know, like I got a Kyosho Nitro brew one time, and it actually had a plastic clutch bell on it, and you know what I mean, and it had a little CZ12 engine on the thing, and it just melted that clutch bell like crazy. So, but so like I say, over time we are blessed to have these engines right now, because we got companies out there building these things, and I know there's, you know, when these things, if they were so easy, they would have done it years ago, but for some reason they've taken the time, the drive, you know, inside them to make these things happen. So we've got to deal with some problems because this is very early on. Yeah, you know, a lot of people do say that they're too busy, you know, producing more, you know, different engines and not taking care of the problems of their existing engines. Well, so far, you know, they have taken care of pretty much any problem that I've had. They have taken care of it for me, and they have been great, you know, about it, and I'm grateful for them. And so these are the early caveman years of these engines, and with the technology they have and what we're getting, I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah, we have to see to the pants, adjust the carbs, and dial them in. And you know, I've been in this hobby for, you know, all my life, and I still have trouble sometimes dialing a carb in, you know. And yeah, it could be a little piece of dirt, a glinch. It could be a simple thing, like even today, I used some weed whacker rubber fuel line on this, and it quit the stalling because apparently it wasn't getting enough fuel at higher RPMs. So when I changed this out, and if you guys seen the video, you heard it cranking up there. It actually gets a little scary in the RPMs. I'm going to have to kind of limit the throttle on it. But these are the early times of all these engines. And Nitro is back, all right? Nitro is back with scale, camshafts, 4 strokes, and, you know, great looking engine. So if we can probably work with the program, I know there's been a lot of people that are, I guess, viewers of mine. They're interested in it. They want to do it, but it's not only do you have to convert it into something. Now Sterlingkit Engine DIY now offer kits with engines that you can just put them in. Okay, see, that wasn't out there before. We all had to seat of the pants to do this. Steve from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. I mean, he's doing it. Steve from Black LA Mass, he's doing it. I mean, you know, Kevin Talbot, he tried to make a crawler there, and I don't know how, if he ever finished it or whatever the deal was with that. And you know, we got John's RC channel, and you know, and you know, I think it's 713 Ace. You know, he's a contender, boy. You know what I mean? He's on it. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just so many of them out there. And now we got some other people coming in. See, David RC, he wants to do, you know, he bought a L200 there, I seen, and you know, I don't know what his plans are for it, but it's a whole new thing. He's seen it, you know. It's just so, it's so broad, you know what I mean? There's so many things to build, and it's a cool thing, you know. So, like I say, be patient with, you know, their process. Now that they're listening to us, we can kind of give them ideas, because, I mean, basically, you know, it would be like you say some guy's going to paint your house, okay? You hire him to paint your house, okay? Like Toyan or engines or whatever, they're going to build an engine, right? It's not their job to make it all fit into something else. That's our job as a hobbyist. It's cool that they're starting to do that now and put it together, but you know, it's like asking the guy to paint your house to like tune up your car too. You know, it's not, for one, it's not his responsibility, and two, he's not here for that. He's here for, you know, to paint the house or build the engine. You see what I'm saying? So it's a, you know, it's a trade-off, and you know, we have to, I guess, learn from it, and you know, and adapt to, I guess, take what we're given and make something from it, and then give them feedback. That way they can make it better, and which is cool. But I was so excited about them, you know, saying, hey, you know what, you know, give us some feedback here, you know what I mean? And so the feedback, I've been giving them feedback about the clutches forever. But Steve from Black LA Mass, I mean, he's pretty whizzy about this stuff. He's really smart, you know what I mean? And you know, he comes up with his own, he builds his own clutches. So I've been buying these, you know, these two-stroke clutches, and then I've been buying the ones from, you know, Sterlingkit and Engine DIY, putting them in there. But the space in between the clutch and your shoes is astronomical. And, you know, even though you can put lighter springs in them, all that stuff, you still have that space to fill. You got that hesitation. The closer those shoes are to your clutch, on this one here, it's a 3-shoe clutch from you know, Sterlingkit, and I bolt it right to the engine, and yeah, I stretch the springs out. It drags a little bit, but it works. You know what I mean? When I kick it open, it takes off. Now there's no hesitation, there's no slipping, and it rolls. You know, and so, like I say, be patient with everybody, and we'll see where this hobby goes. I think with them coming out with this new engine, you know, the 8.4 cc, you know, two-cylinder 4-stroke with a single carb, I'm excited about that, because I see progress here. I don't see mystery, or I don't see, you know, problems or nothing, you know. Hey, maybe the engine will have problems. I don't know. But if we let them know, like they have done with all these other ones, they've taken care of it, and they've jumped right on it. So, like I say, hats off to them. I wanted to thank them for responding to us hobbyists and letting us know what's kind of going on. Now that I know what it takes to get something shipped to me, you know, now I can understand more. I can be more patient. You see, for one thing, I mean, things have to get shipped to them for them to box. You see, so shipping takes time around it all. And I know sometimes, you know, you snooze, you lose. I mean, sometimes if you come out with something, it's a good idea, and you know, it takes you 2 months to get it, for instance, this new engine's coming out, okay, there's really not a lot of research and development going on other than what they're hearing from us and what the idea they have in their head and whatever they're trying out themselves. When we get it, we'll do the other research and development. We'll give them the feedback, you know, be nice about it, you know, don't be rude or anything. Let them know that, hey, it'd be better for this or better for that. And everybody, you know, everybody wins in the end. And we get a super cool engine for our scale trucks. So now that, you know, they've come out with this one here, it sounds to me like they, if you read the description on Sterlingkit.com, they search the 8.4 cc engine, read the description. It's very clear about what it is. It's not a Toyan engine. They tell you who makes the engine, and then they tell you you know, they're not hiding anything. I'll put it that way. They did mention the, you know, the oil leakage and stuff with the Toyans, and you know, but hey, guess what? I would take it because every Nitro engine is messy. I don't care what you got, you know. It's every one I've had, you know, it has oil residue on it because that's the fuel we use, you know. If you know, if they're going to clean it up and make it a lot neater, that's awesome. I'm all for it. But just to, you know, like you say, give them a big thanks, and you know, for listening to us, because you know, without us there's no them, you know, and you know, without them there's no us. We're back to electric or going back to two-stroke engines. So anyway, like, share, subscribe if you want. Give me your ideas of you know, what you know, throw them in the comment thing down there. Let me know what you think, and you know, and if you got ideas, put them in there, because I know you know, Sterlingkit does read them, and they do comment on my channel. So you know, and this is one for Sterlingkit. You know, if you need a tester for you know, engine tester, you know, I'm all for it. You want to send me something, let me know what you want it to do, you know, how you know, whatever your criteria is, send it to me. I'll put it through its paces for you. I'll put it on my channel. If you want me to install it in something, I can do that too, and we can do that, and that way there you kind of get some field research, and because everywhere around the world everything's different. You know, your availability to parts, talent, all that stuff's all different around the world. So, you know, just throwing it out there, because I know the first thing I'm going to do, you know, when I get that engine, I'm going to put it in something right away, and I'm gonna give it a good test. You know, so anyway, like I say, you guys have a good one. I'm going to come up with some more videos of this running with the body on it, and I don't know if it was shifted or not. It was shifting, freewheeling, but it didn't sound like it was shifting out there, and if it was, it's shifting too early. But either that or it's that smooth that because it was building some pretty good speed out of this thing. And, you know, but like I say, all this is it's a learning experience, and, you know, it's a cool thing. I love it. I mean, I know there's a lot of other people out there too. There's nothing more satisfying than building something yourself out of a bunch of everything. You just throw it all together. This is like the roadkill Jeep, you know, on that TV show Roadkill. It's got, you know, everything. You could say this is the Samurai. They put the 440 in, you know. You know, we got 2 2s on it. I'm running the Nitro tracker clutch and gearbox with the 2-speed. And forward and reverse, the Toyan L400. And I'm running Wraith axles, a Wraith center chassis, an HGP 407 frame, and I'm running a Traxxas fuel tank. You know, this is a 100cc fuel tank back here. And I found out with this big tube, you know, you only fill the fuel tank up about half. Okay, so, you know, 50 to 75 cc's, this thing runs best. If you fill it up too much, and, you know, it doesn't run that great. So it must need you know, a little bit of room in here for the, you know, the back feed from the exhaust into the tank to pressurize it. So, you know, these are all things we're all learning about, you know. So, anyway, you guys have a good one, and any questions, comments, feel free to throw them out there, and I'll catch you later. Adios.